Hey there, my name's Dan. This is my first foray into YouTube. I'm sure this is probably going to be terrible. This kind of thing freaks me out, talking to a camera. But I've just been on a trip to Scotland and did the East Highland Way. But yeah, I just figured it was about time to do some videoing and share my experience. Yowza. So basically this is something that I've been thinking I should do for quite a long time. I've been on quite a few long distance trails, a few in Scotland, done the West Highland Way, done the Great Glen, I'm going to say I've done the Sky Trail, but in all honesty, I really haven't. Yeah, baby. I think we worked out we did about half of it, maybe a little bit more. But me and a good pal of mine, Ali, went and tried to do it in October last year. And yeah, kind of failed miserably, all down to the weather, which was like the apocalypse. Say cheese! So yeah, it didn't really work, so no, I can't actually say I've done the Sky Trail. I've got a bit of a thing about walking in winter, so this is all in regards to my journey on the East Highland Way in January, winter. So the East Highland Way was slightly unusual. As I say, I did do the Sky Trail. I'll try to do the Sky Trail with a good pal of mine, but I would say 90% of the walking I actually do on my own. So this one was, yeah, a bit unusual in that I had a walking partner. My very good friend Aid, who accompanied me on this trip. First time Aid has attempted to do a long distance trail. And with this being the first video of a series, I won't go into exactly what happened with Aid. And I'm hoping that'll keep you watching to see what did happen, because we had some drama. Not like falling out drama or anything like that, but yeah, things didn't quite work out the way they were supposed to for Aid. So yeah, you'll see that on day 3. Don't jump forward to day 3. Watch the rest of it first, please. So the East Highland Trail is a trail in Scotland that basically goes from Fort William. All trails in Scotland seem to go from Fort William, and it goes over to Aviemore in the Cairngorms. This, by the way, is the guidebook. I've got to say a massive fair play to Kevin Langan, because I'm going to say at the outset, I think this is a superb trail, brilliant. Whether it'd be as cool and dramatic in the summer months with no snow, because we certainly got snow, I'm not quite so sure, but yeah, absolutely loved it. I had an amazing time walking the Great Glen, and again, I think that was mainly due to the snow that I had, which was just phenomenal. It was snow everywhere, yet the sun was out. It was just, honestly, magical. So that was kind of what made me want to do the East Highland Way in the winter. I was praying for snow. We got it. But yeah, I think both the Great Glen and the East Highland Way probably wouldn't be as much fun to do, just in, you know, regular no snow weather. But I think the Great Glen in particular, just from videos I've seen and that, and just the feeling you got as you were walking it, it just wouldn't be as cool at all if there wasn't snow on the ground. But overall, I think I'd say as a route, as a long distance route of pretty much the same distance, I honestly think I preferred the East Highland Way. So Aid and I set off from Warrington, where we both live. For any of you who don't know, it's a very typical northern town, smack bang in the middle of Manchester and Liverpool. Got the train to Glasgow, 2.5 hours, a little bit longer maybe, and then we jumped on the bus. For anyone who's got the bus from Glasgow to, well, it goes to Skye actually, so it's the same bus I got as when I went to do the Skye Trail. But anyone who's been on this bus will know that it's absolutely amazing, just a beautiful journey. I've done it a few times now, never grows old. I honestly thought when we were coming back from Skye after doing the Skye Trail, the journey home, as always seems to be the case when you're coming back off holiday, the journey home seems to be a bit rubbish, but still enjoyed every minute of it. This was no different. Fantastic trip. Highlight, I think, when it goes through Glencoe. I honestly don't think there can possibly be a more stunning section of road as that bit of the A82 that passes through Glencoe. It is just amazing. Although I do kind of have mixed feelings about it, because as most walkers would probably agree, it'd still actually be much better if the road wasn't there at all. It was just a nice little footpath or whatever, but I know you've got to have roads somewhere. Arrived in Fort William, spent the night at, oh, this is rubbish, I've actually forgotten the name of the place, but you're gonna see it in the video anyway. It was, I've got to say, absolutely stunning. Right on the shores of Loch Linnhe, about a mile out of Fort William. Amazing place. The couple who ran it said they'd only been running it for 3 months, I think they said. Absolutely brilliant. They were so nice. It was basically like a twin room and had its own little kitchenette added on. It was, yeah, absolutely amazing. Got it for a really good price as well. So yeah, I hope they don't mind me talking about it on this video. I'm sure they won't, because yeah, I've not got a bad word to say about it. It was such a cool night. How you feeling, man? Are you ready to get it on?
As ready as I've been.
So yeah, Aid hadn't done a long distance trail before, so we figured 6 days would probably be about right to be safe to do it. It's you know, it's quite an undertaking, particularly in the winter, I think. If you've never done a long trail before, the most Aid had done was an overnighter, pretty much. So yeah, 2 days on the bounce with a camp in between. So yeah, 6 days, figured we'd comfortably be able to, excuse me, saw 82 miles within that time. See you later. day one of the East Highland Way, leaving Fort William basically. So yeah, walked out of Fort William, not the most exciting, I'm sure you won't be surprised to hear. Turned off the road after a mile or so, came to a big, ugly, sort of industrial place kind of thing. No chance we're going to see Ben Nevis. So, Aid doesn't see it again. Never seen it. Rubbish. Pretty cool. Well, so mild and true. Just leaving the North Face car park. I'm gonna be totally honest. The first section between Fort William and Spearn Bridge, if you're not a purist about, taking on a long distance trail and doing it mile for mile, you could actually genuinely live without this part of the trail. It's not the most exciting. It pretty much follows the railway line that goes between Fort William and Spearn Bridge. If you get in the train to Fort William, it actually stops at Spearn Bridge anyway. It's just something worth thinking about, that genuinely you're not missing out on that much. What do you think of the show so far, man?
Weather's rubbish.
The what?
The weather's rubbish. Apart from that, it's good.
Here we are at Spearn Bridge Station. We got to Spearn Bridge and things improved straight away because we went into a cafe restaurant there that I've been in a few times. The name of it is totally escaping me right now, but I'll put it on the video in text or whatever. But yeah, we had a coffee, Aid had a tea, we got a couple of chocolate cakey things, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, that was really nice. And after that, things just improved straight away. A bit of road walking, but it was lovely next to the River Spearn. It was really nice, really nice. Weather, not great, but it wasn't great all day, to be fair. It improved a bit later on, but yeah, it was, things definitely improved after Spearn Bridge.
There we doubted it, but I knew that was somewhere.
There we go, our first East Highland Way sign. Oh yeah, we're not lost. Completely different up there, isn't it? The rapids. Yeah, that is literally Roy Bridge. Our camp on night one, in some ways absolutely brilliant, in others not so great. So not so great in that it was on farmland. We'd seen the farmer go past in his tractor earlier on, give him a wave, he gave us a wave back, seemed like a very friendly farmer. But yeah, essentially we were camping on his land because it was getting dark and it was just so good a field. This is the good point of it, that we just couldn't pass it up. I mean, honest, it was flat. It was unbelievably dry, to be honest, compared to everything else that we'd been past during the day, which was completely waterlogged. But yeah, it was essentially farmland. Cow was in the field next door, and I don't like to do that. I genuinely don't, and you shouldn't really do that. But yeah, anyway, that's what we did. The farmer came by in his tractor again later on, after we were pretty much all set up, and he stopped, and I was certain he was going to tell us to get off his land, basically. But he didn't. He carried on, so fair play to him. If you're watching, thank you very much for letting us stay in your field. But yeah, not ideal on that front, but otherwise absolutely brilliant. Really, really good. Lovely spot. Dead nice surroundings. So yeah, it was ace. First day, definitely enjoyable. As I say, some of it not the most exciting, forestry tracks next to a railway, but still, it's always exciting, I think, your first day of a long distance trail. So it was good, nice, easy going. Yeah, enjoyed it. You know, not the most adrenaline pumping, but yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. The best was most definitely yet to come. The morning after, yeah, we'd wake up to an absolute treat. So yeah, please watch the next video to find out all about that treat. It was ace.